Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? I just wanted to say I'm excited about this morning, and I have picked an interesting topic that is going to. I guess I should probably kick this off this morning by saying, can you guys hear me? Right? Can you guys hear me? Yesterday was crazy, right? And things were just kind of haywire. We had a rough start, and this morning I wanted to just share with you the fact that I am fired up and ready to go. And my topic this morning is, do you have your walls? Now, I know a lot of you watch these trailers I put out before the night, and you look at my titles and you're like, well, what does this title have to do with me? What is he, where is he going with this? And I don't know. I think of this stuff as it goes through. In this particular topic, I write down in my notes things that hit me kind of funny. And I write them down, and then I scroll through them. And this is one that I had in here called compliance. And I wanted to run that with you guys today. So the story I had for you actually occurred when I was on the vacation I was with my wife. It was crazy. It was a good time, you know. But I've been with her for 36 years. Compliance is a word that kind of escaped me sometimes. And I know some of you have that same problem with compliance. And I'm not going to say we all have problems with compliance. I'm just saying that I think we all need to be aware that compliance is necessary. But sometimes people just kind of push us in the wrong direction. And my wife kind of does sometimes. But she's generally right. Like this morning, she said, your beard's getting a little long today. I don't know, but I want you to understand compliance is a part of life. And us being entrepreneurs, us being people that are always kind of pushing it, we need to really understand that we do have to be compliant. I know you're saying, Todd, why are you talking about compliance? I mean, you're wired differently, right? You're like this guy that has done all these things, and you're not compliant. Well, the truth of the matter is I am compliant in some cases, but I should be in more cases. And that's what I want to talk to you about. I mean, I don't want to be a leader that puts you in a bad position. I don't want to be a leader that puts you in a position to fail. I mean, I want to be your coach, right? I want to be the person that's going to actually encourage you to do the right things. And sometimes, you know, my friends, we have to be compliant. So we were at Mexico, and it just kind of dawned on me because I wasn't driving. Matter of fact, I don't literally, if I'm with my wife now anymore, I just say, you drive, honey. I'm not driving. Right? Because when I'm driving, it's constantly, why are you on the brake? Or why you're going too fast? Or you're going to turn right here, or are you going to turn left up here? Are you going to get in this left-hand lane here? Or, you know, and I know it's an age-old story, but, you know, it's like I have to be compliant when I'm driving when she's in the front seat, right? So I never thought of the word compliant like this. And so I wanted to just share with you, and I want to roast my wife a little bit here, but honestly is roasting myself because I really was supposed to be in that lane, and I really was supposed to slow down, and I really wasn't supposed to hit the brakes so soon. And why are you slowing down at a green light, honey? And why are you stopped at a stoplight and not going when it turns? You know, it just goes on and on. So I'm going to have a point to you about being compliant, but I don't think a lot of us think about being compliant. I'm in Mexico, and it just started to wear on me a little bit, you know? I mean, when my daughter was with me and my wife was with me, and we were having a good time. The whole time was great. You look at the Facebook pictures, and it's great, right? But little do you know that, like, every time we would leave the room, the check down system had to happen. And I just don't remember it happening like this, man. It was like, do you have your wallet? Yes, honey. Do you have the keys? Yes, honey. Do you have the bag, the chip reader? Yes, honey. And then this is the one that really got me. This is the one that really got me. She would always say, do you have to go to the bathroom? What am I, like a 10-year-old kid? Come on, honey. What is going on? So then I went back and I got my wallet that I forgot. I went and got the keys that I forgot. Then I forgot the code reader that I forgot. And then, you know what? Miraculously, I had to go to the bathroom. I don't know why it goes on. I don't know why I'm not in charge of my damn self. I don't know. She makes me be compliant. I know you're saying, Todd, we had you in a different place in our mind. You didn't look this or that. But listen, my friends, the story goes, man. The story goes as the story grows, man. And I want you to understand this is just a fun, true story about being compliant. This is the idea of us understanding. I don't know. I just think it's so funny. Like, I can take on the world, but man, the check down system with my wife is brutal. Brutal. You don't want the compliancy check down system with your wife. So listen, I thought I would just share with you. Let me get some comments. I got comments. Hey, Brandon. Yeah, I don't know what happened in the music. Good night. So I apologize for that. I didn't hear it on my side, and this StreamYard has got to be adjusted, bro. I get you. So anyways, I see the comments. I got my wallet. I started carrying my wallet. Hump day. Good morning, Luther. Good morning. Overpowering music. Oh, I'm so sorry. Good morning, Frank, Debbie, Cromwell. I got to turn these on. Potty break. Oh, my goodness. Latane. So I got to ask you guys, was the music on when I first came on? Because I didn't hear it. And so I tried to adjust it. And darn it all, I really want to get that right because it's so much fun to do that. But listen, we're into it right now. And compliance. Good morning, Jason. Had a great conversation with Jason yesterday. And he moved me on, man. He moved me on. It was a good time. How you doing? Yes, sir. Good morning. Okay, I got you guys on. Luther. So anyways, compliance. I thought I would just talk to you about the word compliance, and I just looked it up in the dictionary because this is really going to be a good lesson. For me, it's going to be a good lesson for you. Compliant. So here's the problem with compliance. So when I looked up the word compliance, here's what it said. And this is why I think we have troubles with being compliant. Here's compliant. Compliant is obeying, obliging. Oh, the word obeying and the word obliging. Tough two words. Yielding. Another tough word, especially in last but not least, submissive way. Oh. But we know we're supposed to be compliant. We know we're supposed to obey. The Bible talks about it. We talk about it. Our parents talk about it. And as grown-ups, we just kind of run through life and we do what we want to do. And we think because at some point in our life, we've become old enough that we really don't have to obey anybody. We've got through high school. We got through college. We got our degrees. We're going to go out and make our way, and we're going to do what we're going to do. And I think I get caught up in that way. And I want you to know, as your coach, as your teacher, as your leader, maybe even a preacher at sometimes with you, that we need to understand this word compliant. And I'm bringing it up because I want you to understand that everything I talk about, almost everything I talk about, I deal with. I mean, it's on my heart. It's on my mind. It's in my soul. And when I go back to this Mexico thing and the wife check down, man, why, why was I so angry that my wife is checking me down? Why am I so frustrated that my wife is checking me down? You got your wallet, you got your keys, you got your computer, you got your, oh, wait, you got to go to the bathroom, right? Listen, I mean, this is what people do to little kids, right? So I just want you to understand that it's okay. You need to understand to be compliant. Now, I don't want to be in that position, be a senile old man that I'm going to have the potty check and the wallet check and all that. But at the end of the day, my friends, my wife is only doing it for me because she doesn't want me to look foolish. She doesn't want me to be in a position where I look foolish, where I forgot my wallet again, or or I got to go all the way back down and get the car keys again. I mean, we've all done it. It's not all timers, man. It's just that we've all done it. And I want you to understand we need to be compliant. That's a small slice of being compliant. But so why aren't we obeying? Why aren't we obliging? Why aren't we submissive? And and I literally put this person on my promotional because this person inspires me a lot. And I put her on this because she is amazing. This is Abigail. This is the experience director for Wired Differently. She is an amazing person. Her story is amazing, and she is one of the people that I would love to emulate, like most in my life, from a balance of walking a straight line, being compliant, but being her own person. And I don't know. I just wanted to lift her up this morning because she has been a blessing to me. She has been a blessing to my companies. She has been a blessing to her husband and her children, her daughter. Her story is remarkable. One day, maybe we'll hear it even at the Tiki Hut retreat of her climb from, man, I would never even want to take her story away from her. I'd like her to share it with you someday, but she is remarkable. But I see her as a positively compliant person. Now, I'm not saying she's overly obeying, overly obliging, overly yielding, or overly submissive. I'm not saying that in that regards. I'm saying she's a good blend, and her face and her attitude allows her to feel good about things. And so this is the type of face, this is the type of feeling I want you to have when you understand your compliance, right? So compliance is actually, a relieving thing, right? Compliance is like when you do something right for somebody, you should feel good. When you're serving somebody, you should feel good. When you step out and like the next time I had to check off with my wife, I'm like, I'm ready. I'm ready. When she said wallet, wallet, wallet. When she said passport, I said passport. And when she said glasses, I said glasses. Come on, everybody. Cancel. When she said glasses, I said glasses. When she said, whatever, a potty, I said, already gone, right? I already did it. I'm ready to go. Let's go, right? And so this whole compliance piece needs to be something you flip the switch on and you make it work for you instead of against you, because I'm always fighting the obeying piece. I'm always fighting the yielding piece. I'm always fighting the submissive piece. Why would I do that? Well, I just want to break the check down for you. Why are you not compliant? Why is it in your mind sometimes that you're not going along to get along? Why is it sometimes that you're actually kicking against the machine? Now you're saying, Todd, I thought Wire Differently did that. Now I'm going to break that down for you right now. There are times where you do kick against the machine, right? And I'm going to give you some examples. But at the end of the day, I want you to really, really understand that compliance can set you free, right? Compliance can set you free. Now, why are we non-compliant? And so I thought about why am I non-compliant? And I wanted to just break it down into 3 reasons that I'm non-compliant. And I think these 3 reasons will fit for you too. And I just wanted to give you your own check down system of why you're not compliant in any given situation. I know this is a breakdown. I know this is a little bit of a lesson, but man, I want to give it to you on hump day, man. I think we do need the checks and balances. I think we need to understand that this is where I'm coming from, right? And if I'm willing to humble myself, I want you all to understand. I want you to be willing to humble yourself. I want you to be willing to submit to other people. I have a hard time with it. I really do. I want you to be submissive. I want you to be yielding. I want you to be compliant. Now, not in all cases. And so I thought I would just give you these three things. Why is Todd Saylor not compliant? And I think every one of us will fit in this bucket at some time, somewhere in our life. And if you could just kind of think about it when the time comes up to deal with somebody telling you what to do, go potty, right? You can deal with ask yourself these three questions before you get all ticked off at yourself. So why am I non-compliant? I'm non-compliant a lot. I'll be honest with you. And most of the time, it doesn't serve me well. So Todd, when you're not compliant, here's the three reasons you're non-compliant. And I want you all to think about these things going forward. Todd, why are you non-compliant? One, are you too busy? Are you just too busy to follow directions? Are you just too busy are you too busy to brush your teeth? What do they say? 90 second or what do they say? 2 minutes or something like that. Are you just too busy? Why are you non-compliant? If you brush your teeth X amount of time, my wife, she'll sit over there. She's got a toothbrush and she's got a timer on her toothbrush. And she walks around the bathroom. And the toothbrush goes, and when it shuts off, she's all done. Like, I got my 2 minutes in, and I'm wow. I think if I brush faster, I can get the 2 minutes in faster because the reps I'm running are faster. But no, I'm like I'll bet you I'm not even 15 seconds, man. I'm round, up and down, around, good bottom, spit. I do it twice a day. I'm not compliant. Well, in that case, I'm too busy. Not a good answer. Not a good answer. Not a good answer. My wife, she is like miscompliant though, so I could pick on her all day. She's like, when she does her exercises, I mean, she's got the video and she goes right exactly to the minute of the video. She won't start any sooner and she won't go any longer, and she takes the exact breaks in between. Now, when I go to the workout, or if I go to the gym and I got circuits to run, I mean, I take liberties in between, and she's just very compliant. I'm too busy. I want to get through the arms. I want to get to the shoulders. I want to get to the back. Those are what's important for me that day, but I'm not compliant because I'm too busy. It is wrong. It's a wrong reason to not be compliant. The other reason we're not compliant is we're just too smart, right? Now, here's the only time I think that sometimes we shouldn't be compliant, right? Sometimes we're just too smart for the occasion. Maybe complicity is in a position where I'll give you one: the shot, the COVID shot. That was a compliance nightmare, right? I wasn't too busy to get the shot. It was easy. You could have got it anywhere, right? But sometimes I think we just know better. And that's when we buck against the system. That's when we kind of push back a little bit. And that's when it's your call as a parent. That's when it's your call as a wired differently person. I think sometimes we're too smart in a good way, and sometimes we're too smart in a bad way. And that's only your position to figure out. But I feel like the COVID shot, my family, we just decided that wasn't the right thing for us. No one in our family took the shot. And I think that was one that we were too smart in a good way. And I believe that that's proving out to show that studies show, and it's difficult to say. And I'm not upset with anybody who took the shot, but I just feel like, the call was in our family not to take the shot. I felt that we thought through it. We did our studies, and we had the option to push back, and we did. It cost our family, cost my daughter a job. It cost us some customers. It cost us some friends. But we weighed the cost against the compliance, and we made the decision, and we lived with it. Now, there are times when we're non-compliant, when we just think we're too smart, where we think we're smarter than the average bear, and it puts us in trouble because we don't do our research. But listen, compliance, compliance, compliance. I want to talk about compliance because I'm so bad at it, right? So the shot is a good. So this is really our only wiggle room. We really should obey. We really should submit. We really should want to serve other people. We should really want to lift people up by our submissive behavior. Some of the best leaders I know are submissive leaders until a point, right? And the last reason Todd Saylor is not compliant is that he thinks he's too good. I don't know if you're in any of these camps, but if you're not compliant for any reason, it's one of these three reasons. Either you're too busy, you're too smart, or you're too good. And I want you to understand that we don't realize how we feel like we're too good sometimes. We just don't realize we're not. I'm guilty of being non-compliant yesterday. I had to go see the eye doctor, and Abby and I were on a phone call. We were on a Zoom call, and it just randomly hit us. And she goes, "Oh, you have to go see Dr. Chapman." Like, oh my gosh, I got to go. And she goes, I said, I don't know if I can make it. She looks at it. She goes, you have a half hour. You'll make it. Go. So I jump in the truck and realize my GPS says I'm going to be there in 35 minutes. And this doctor is no joke, man. She doesn't like me being late. She will bust my tail. She'll say, Todd, why are you late again? Right? So I get in the truck and I'm not thinking about anything. And all of a sudden I know I'm doing probably, don't judge me. Don't judge me. I'm doing like 50 in a 35 before I know it. And I'm weaving in and out of traffic. And I'm scared to death of the doctor. And I want Abby to not make sure I'm not late. And before you know it, I'm screaming down the highway. And I'm on my way there. I don't make it on time. But I'm not as late as I should be because Abby ends up calling in front of me and blocking for me. And Abby, what did you tell him? Did you give him some excuse? What did she say when you called her? They're always on me. I'm always late for them. I don't know. It's just awful. But at the end of the day, I was scared, right? But what I was being non-compliant because I had to get there on time and I was speeding. Oh, gosh, I don't know if the police can pull me over now for confessing it. But there's a good example that we all go through, right? Like, we're too good. I don't need that speeding rule because you're not saying it in your head that you're too good. It's just the idea that my appointment is more important than probably the safety or anyone else's process or progress on the way to the position that you're going. And there's no other way of putting it. I was just too good to obey. I was too good to be compliant, right? I had an appointment and I was scared of Dr. Chapman. So at the end of the day, that's kind of where we're at with compliance. And I wanted to just give you guys a check down. I know, Jason, you're doing some burpees right now and doing some push-ups. How many are you on right now, brother? I got to know. Hello, Domino. How you doing? Matt Raymer, good morning. I'm with you. Claire, you always say good morning. 750. Sorry about surround yourself with strong women and men. You know what, Jan? You're exactly right. Compliance is a tall order. Wow, man, I'm grateful for my wife. She's my rock. Great. Pick your battles. I wish I still had a spouse to check me. Latane, I thought about you a lot this weekend, and I got some information for you I wanted to share with you. Check down. So everybody knows. So everyone gets the check down. Hey, Brandon, do you get the check down? Luther, do you get the check down? Debbie, do you give your husband the check down? I need to know these things. Am I the only husband in the planet that gets the check down? I mean, do you really ask your husband if he's got to go to the bathroom? Come on now, somebody. Let's see if we can get this music right on the way out. Give me an idea here, and we'll wrap this thing up. This sound. How's that sound, everybody? I got it on number. Help a brother out. I got it on number 9. I hope everybody's well. I hope your day is well. I I hope you understand that I was coming to you in love this morning. I hope you understand that compliance is something that we all have to deal with. And one of the biggest reasons we need to be compliant is we need our children, we need our employees, we need the people around us to understand that compliance is important to leadership. And one of the best leadership tools you can show somebody is to mimic the actions you want from them. So I would challenge you to be compliant. Take some direction from your employees. Take some directions from your wife. Take some directions from your boss. Take some directions from the people that you're in charge of, right? Give them the opportunity to give you direction so you can demonstrate compliance. And I want you to also think about, are you too busy, too smart, or too good? I think that's the big issue here. And the last one is the one I put last was, are you too good? And the reason I put that on there is because that's the one that's really the most damaging. When we think we're above things, when we think we're above people, when we think we're above the law, when we think that things are just beneath us, they're not important enough for us, is when we get in trouble with ourselves. When we get in trouble with our leadership quality. It's when we get in trouble with pretty much everything in life, is when we get out of order. And I think first and foremost, when I get out of line and I'm not obeying God's word, it's where I become the most non-compliant. And that's where I fall. That's where I stumble. And that's where I think most of us will lay down and really understand that this is where we need to begin. You need your own check down. You need your own mental compliance check. I want you compliant with yourself. I want you to figure out how you can be compliant to God's word, to the world's word in the right ways. I want you to check down. Are you too smart? Are you too busy? Or are you too good? That's up for you, man. Let's get better, man. Let's do this thing called life wired differently. Remember to be, do, and think differently. Get to toddsaylor.com. Tiki Hut Retreat is coming. I want you there. Have a great